Hi everyone, welcome to Mrs. Rashid Reads. Today I am reading you a story called Sam's Bush Journey. It's an Australian book, picture book, and it is on the Premier's Reading Challenge list. When I look at the spine, I can see the red sticker that says K to 2, so you can add this to your list. It's by Sally Morgan and Ezekiel Quay Molina with illustrations by Bronwyn Bancroft. When we look at this cover, what can we see? I can see a boy. He's got his back to us. He's in the bush. He looks fairly comfortable there. I can see a goanna at his feet. I can see a cockatoo. Look what he's doing. He looks like he's all on his own. What do we do when we want to find out more information? We look at the blurb. Let's have a look at the back. It says, Sam is a city boy. He doesn't care about the wonders of the bush. The shrubs are scratchy and the waterhole swarms with mosquitoes. I'd be happy if it all disappeared, says Sam. What will it take to turn Sam's head around? If he changes his mind at the end. He's with another person here. I think we're about to find out who that is. Sam's Bush Journey. The dedications are here. Authors and illustrators put dedications at the beginning of books to say who the person is that they're thinking of when they write this book. Sally Morgan and Ezekiel Quay Molina have said, for the children of the bush. And Bronwyn Bancroft has said, this is for my Uncle Pat, who knows about the bush, teaches me, and takes me on amazing journeys. Sam's Bush Journey. Sam loved staying with his Nana, except for one thing. Her house was surrounded by bush. Nana liked to take Sam for long walks, but when they got home, Sam's legs and arms would be covered in scratches from the spiky shrubs that grew in the bush. Here's Nana, here's Sam, hand in hand walking through the bush. It looks very peaceful. What animals can you see in that picture? Big goanna up that tree. Another one here on the ground. Some cockies. Butterfly. Nana liked to walk deep into the gum forest, but the gum trees shed their leaves and bark, and sometimes they shed their branches too. Sam was afraid that a branch would fall on his head. Looks like he's letting Nana go ahead here. There's Sam. The snake. I wonder if that's a kangaroo or a wallaby. How can we tell? Nana liked to feed the birds at the waterhole near her house, but it buzzed with mosquitoes. Sam always ended up with itchy red bites that he scratched even in his sleep. Looks like Sam's given up a bit. I can see all these mosquitoes around him. Can you see that? He's slumped under that tree like he wants to go home, and Nana is throwing things out for the birds. I don't like the bush, he told his Nana. I'd be happy if it all disappeared. I hope you'll learn to love the bush one day, Sam, his Nana said, and she told him about all the good things it had to offer. The bush gives me a headache, said Sam. I'm going to bed. When Sam next opened his eyes, he wasn't in his soft, comfortable bed. He was in the bush. He was tired and hungry. He was surrounded by spiky shrubs, and he had no idea how to get home. Sam, sitting on a rock. Look at these figures. I wonder who they are. Look a bit scary to me. I wonder how Sam's feeling. Then Sam heard his Nana calling him, and he headed toward the sound of her voice. Sam walked and walked. The further he walked, the more his stomach grumbled. Then he remembered what his Nana had told him. There's plenty of food in the bush. Their hands look a bit like branches. I wonder if it's just Sam's mind playing tricks on him. He's headed towards this tree. I wonder why. When he looked closer at the shrubs, he saw they were loaded with berries. Sam had never eaten berries before, but his nana had told him which ones to pick. The berries were juicy and delicious. Sam's stomach soon stopped grumbling. I'm glad he knows which ones to pick. His nana must have taught him really well, because you can't pick all berries and eat them. Sam knows the right ones. Sam kept walking. The sky grew dark and stormy. Thunder rumbled. Lightning flashed. Rain poured down. Sam was shivering and soaking wet. But then he remembered something else his nana had told him. There's plenty of shelter in the bush. Here he goes. Look at this thunder. He saw an old gum tree. It was tall and wide, and it had a hollow in its trunk. Sam climbed inside. It was warm and dry, and it smelled of eucalyptus. By the time the rain had passed, Sam had stopped shivering. Thank goodness. The clouds soon disappeared and Sam kept walking. The sun came out. It shone hot and strong. Sam began to sweat. His hair stuck to his head. His mouth was parched and his throat hurt. Then he remembered something else his nana had told him. There's fresh water in the waterhole. But Sam didn't even know where to find the waterhole. I wonder if this bird might be giving him a message about the waterhole. Then he heard the birds singing. His nana had told him that birds gather by the water, so he followed the sound. He was tired and hot, and his legs were aching, but he kept going until he reached the waterhole. Sam flopped on the bank and scooped the cool, fresh water into his mouth. There he is. Still see these creatures. Maybe they're looking after him. Some beautiful animals in that creek. Turtle, a couple of platypuses. Sam was glad to get that drink. Sam was worn out. He curled up in the shade of a tree and closed his eyes. When he opened them again, he wasn't in the bush. He was in his soft, comfortable bed. How did that happen? He's laid down here, but he's woken up here. Breakfast time, Nana called out from the kitchen. Sam felt like he'd been walking all night. He ate a huge breakfast. I'm going to visit the waterhole, said his Nana after breakfast, but you can stay here if it gives you a headache. Oh, no, replied Sam. I'd like to come. What if they're looking at a picture or out a window? The birds at the waterhole made a racket as Sam and Nana arrived. Oh, why, Sam, if I didn't know you better, I'd think they were saying good morning to you. Maybe they are, Nana, Sam smiled. Maybe they are. Sam and his Nana. They look like they're both welcoming all of the animals. Seems to me Sam definitely changed his mind about the bush. I hope you enjoyed that story. Sam's Bush Journey.